I was talking about how important the thumbnails are. And if you don't have the right thumbnail, nobody's ever going to see your video. And thumbnails are usually an afterthought left to the last minute. You should not do that. What most YouTube experts recommend is designing your thumbnail, at least getting the design and the inspiration and the concept for your thumbnail ahead of time, ahead of actually filming your video. But if you can't do that, you should at least, you didn't miss much, Camille. I didn't have my sound turned on. You should at least have a plan for the thumbnail, because the experts say that if you cannot come up with a good idea for a thumbnail for a video that you're going to be making, then you probably should make that video. It's that important. So most of us end up scrambling last minute. What am I going to use for a thumbnail? Then I started thinking about what would be a great formula I could use for my own thumbnail as a busy entrepreneur, as someone who does talking head videos, as I know some of you do, that there's not that much going on in the video to show. I mean, there's me in talking, and I may use some B-roll, I may use some screen share, but how can I have a cohesive branded thumbnail that's easy to create time after time, that's going to land every single time? So what I started doing is looking at creators that I follow. I started off looking at Next Level Soul. It's a guy from right here in Austin, Texas. Well, he does interview style, podcast style videos, and he has different guests on. So the only thing that's changing in his thumbnail, the background's the same, the text is the same size and color. The only thing that's changing are the faces in his thumbnails, which are typically either people he's talking to or talking about. That's where I started. And I also remembered that Tom Bilyeu had this similar type of style for his thumbnails. Pretty much the same color, his brand, he's got the teal in the background, he's got white letters, and he may do a picture in a picture. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Then I thought, well, these are guys. What about women in the content creation field? So I started with someone who's kind of similar to me, and that's Sunny Lenarduzzi. And I noticed that her thumbnails looked a little bit different than how they were looking a few months ago when I was watching her content. And I can see, if I scroll back, that her thumbnails, even 10 months ago, were kind of all over the place. I get it. We try to be so creative with our thumbnails, and it ends up taking us so much time. And the point is to summarize what's in the video, who's making the video for us with talking head videos, and what is the video about. Now you'll notice, I'll get into this a little bit later, that for Sunny, for Alex at Next Level Soul, for Tom Bilyeu, they are not verbatim repeating what's in their title for the text that's on the thumbnail. It's a supplemental statement. It's saying whatever the title's about in a different way. It is calling out another aspect of what's in their video. So for instance, with this one, her title is Don't Create an Online Course If, and she says 99% of online course creators fail. You don't have to. So that's a very important thing to call out. So I was moving on to another female content creator, Steph Anya. So I watch a lot of her content, and what I love about her thumbnails is she changes the background. The background colors are the same. If she's doing a review or a live reaction to a particular show, she'll use kind of a branded title. She may change the photos of the people in the background based on who she's talking about, but she probably batch creates her photos. Takes several pictures of herself with several different expressions, And then when it's time to create her thumbnail, she can just pop it right into the thumbnail, depending on what expression she's wanting to draw from. Okay, so what about someone who doesn't do talking head? So far, all four of these creators do talking head type videos. This lady, I don't know her, haven't watched her content, but she does home decor. She has a formula for her thumbnails where she has, again, her face, maybe an expression, maybe a pose. She uses the same font throughout, but she uses a variety of different colors. And her background could be, it might be a photo from within her video. It can be if she's doing interior design videos, but it could be a stock photo that she found to represent decorating with green, to represent a bathroom, to represent something expensive or inexpensive. So what I want to do now is kind of show you guys my process for actually creating these thumbnails. And it all starts in my favorite of late app, Canva. So within Canva, where are my YouTube thumbnails? There they are. I just wanted to start with a blank screen. Excuse me. To show you guys how easy this is to actually create this thumbnail from scratch. And then I'm going to show you some tips on how to modify a thumbnail you've already created. It starts with a blank screen. First thing you want is a background. So you can go to elements and you can choose backgrounds. This is something I've recently used. Create your background, whatever color you want. My brand colors are purple. This is actually something that's already, I didn't mean to use that one. That one is already gradiented. So you pick your color. You can actually, I'm going to use this one I've already created. You can actually go in and decide on your gradient colors. If you click on it, you can choose which gradients. There you go. If you double click on it, you can choose where the gradient is going to be. You don't have to go this fancy. You can use just a plain solid background. I choose to use a gradient. I think it looks kind of cool. And I can change where the gradient appears. I can also add some different colors. If I wanted to add a different color, I choose not to. I'm going to leave that off. I'm just going to use purple and black. And then in Canva, you have a choice to set up your brand colors. So your brand colors and your brand fonts. I have here the fonts that I want to use every single time in my headings and in my subheadings in my body. So if I have a video, let's just say the video is going to be how to get more views. I just click on that text and it gets added. So I can take this text, I'm going to type in what I want. I can resize it. Usually it's about 100. I can arrange the text on the screen. I like to bold it. I can actually take one of the words and make it a different color, my brand colors. When I click here, I can see my brand colors down here, right here, my YouTube colors. And I can actually make it a little bit smaller. Now, I need a picture of myself. Well, I have all of these photos that I've uploaded. Photos of me that I've uploaded to my Canva account. These are from a photo shoot, but they don't have to be from a photo shoot. You can actually use photos that, a selfie that you've taken a picture to. But here's the fun part. I can take one of these photos. Let me just pick one at random. Pick this one. And very easily on Canva, I can choose to edit the photo and remove the background with a click. Once the background is removed, the next thing I typically do is kind of crop it because there's a lot of space up there. So I'll crop the photo just so I don't have to fool with the photo going off the page. I know I don't want to show all of this. I'll make it a little tighter. Done. Then I take this photo and just stretch it out to make it as big as I want to make it. I can put the text in front of me, or sometimes you've seen the effect where the text is in the back. All you have to do is go to position and send that text backwards. Now it's behind me, or I don't have to have it there at all. And that, my friend, is how I've been able to create all of these thumbnails in just about 30 minutes. I actually went back and changed some of my thumbnails, changed the title, changed the fonts, not the fonts, but changed the colors in the fonts, and moved things around to give it some interest. I don't always put myself on the right. Sometimes I put myself on the left. Sometimes I use lowercase letters if I have a lot to say in the title. Sometimes I use a different color if I want to call out. And I can go ahead, since I have these videos planned, these are planned in advance. All of these live thumbnails are planned in advance. I'm not even going to film them until next month. But I have the thumbnails already created and already saved to my folder. So I want to take a pause here and come back and see if you guys have any questions about what I am doing on Canva. Hey y'all, can I do a video on how to set up your brand colors and fonts? Yes, I would love to do that because this is pretty straightforward. I mean, this would be the end of the live. This is it. Anybody could do it. You can play around with it and see how your thumbnails are going to look before you actually publish them. It's super easy. But yeah, I will go ahead and share my screen and let you know so you can see how to set up those brand colors. What am I doing? Let me go back to me. Okay, let me go here. Go back to brand. Super easy. Almost does not warrant almost doesn't warrant a tutorial, but you go over here to brand. And for instance, I've added my colors. Now my website colors are a little bit different from my YouTube colors. I want them to be more vibrant on YouTube. So you can see my website colors. I took this straight from my website. Like I have color, what do you call it? The color codes there. But for instance, if I wanted to add another brand, maybe I have different colors for my Start YouTube course. Click plus, click add the palette, and then I can pick, this is what's so cool. If you guys don't have an idea about what kind of palette that you want for your brand colors, there are some pre-established palettes right here that you could use, like this blue palette, for instance. I can add that palette, but then I could also go in and say, you know what? I really want a darker blue in this palette. So let's pick this one. I can type in a number if I know what that dark blue is, Or I could just drag this little circle around till it has a darker color. And therefore, there's my palette. Another thing I love, and I don't want to do this to all of my thumbnails, but let's just say, you know what? I am tired of this purple and I really want to try, I'm going to save it before we go away because I'm going to use this for something in a minute. I'm really tired of this purple. If I go to my brand colors and I can actually choose that brand, I could just click on it and it's actually changed my whole look of my brand. And I can keep shuffling it till it comes up with something that I like. Or I could go back here and I could play around with that. I think that's still a little bit more boring than what I did, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could continue to click on the options. If I wanted to go to this brand palette, I could just shuffle it until it gives me more of what I want. So that's like a super simple way to add your, and then to add your fonts. Same thing. If you're in your fonts, you go to see all. You can edit it. Okay, there's a title, there's a subtitle. You pick it. You click on this pencil, and it says, like, I haven't set up anything for quotes, but let me set up something for quotes. I'm going to choose the what font do I want? I'm going to choose Montserrat, but I'm going to make it in italics. That's my quote font that I'm going to use. For caption, I could change it to something else. So at any given point, I can decide that I don't need my heading to be 120. Actually, I need it to be more like about 96. That way, there's less for me to change once I actually start working on my thumbnail. So, say you got your thumbnails done. I'm gonna go and check to see if y'all have any other questions on this. But how do seriously? How do I get these thumbnails? I'm gonna delete this one because it's something I don't want. Out of Canva and onto my little YouTube video. Well, I'm going to go to share and I'm going to go to download. And in this case, since I bulk created my thumbnails, what I'm going to do is say, yeah, download all 27 pages. If I didn't want to download all 27 pages, I would just click on the ones that I wanted. But let's just say I want to download, I'm not going to do all 27, it's going to take too long. I'm going to say download 1, 2, and 3, the first 3 thumbnails. You see I have the name of this file called YouTube Thumbnails, pretty generic. But what happens is I start downloading it, and then when it's ready to save it, at least this is the way it works on my Mac, it's going to ask me, it didn't ask me, there it is. It's going to ask me what I want to call it. So for instance, if these thumbnails were for the month of April, I would say, these are my April thumbnails. And there they are. Another thing I like to do before I download, and you notice here, is I name these pages. See, this one's called Grow Your Business. This one is not called Grow Your Business. It should be called Followers into Clients. That way, Too Old, Simple Social Media Marketing Plan. That way, when they actually get downloaded to my folder, once I unzip them, then the thumbnails are going to be named what they're supposed to be named, and I'll know which one to grab to pull inside of my YouTube video, right? So let me check to see if you guys have any more questions. It's kind of difficult switching back and forth. So you plan your content, then batch that's what I'm doing lately. Latanya. That's what I'm doing lately is because I have so much to keep up with, batching helps tremendously. So my process looks like this. I plan videos. Let's say I have a planning day. I plan 4 videos and I plan some short form. All right, meaning what's my topic? You do your research. Just listen to a video today from Sean Cannell who said, research before you press record. Research before you press record. Do my research on what are the topics that are most likely to get me views on my channel or to be most helpful and most valuable to my audience. Then I plan it. I've got either my script or my notes or whatever I want to say. That's a day of batching. The next batching day is my filming day. That means I put on some little makeup. I lay my hair down as much as it'll get laid down. I put on a clean shirt. I set up my lights, camera, mic, and I go for filming. I may take 2 hours to film 4 videos. My videos are pretty short. But like you said, you were asking me, since I have those videos planned, then another batching process is to create my thumbnails. Let me not just get ready to upload a video, have to open up Canva, what is my video name? Create it, blah, 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 blah. No. Let's just say these 4 videos I have planned, these are my titles. I'll put a note in my script or in my outline that says, this is what I want to say on the thumbnail for text. If you don't have to have text on your thumbnail, but if you do, this is what I want to say. Then I'll go into Canva, I'll create those thumbnails, I'll download them and save them to the folder where my video files live. So, do you need to have Canva Pro? There are some features that aren't available in free Canva, and honestly, I'm not sure what those features are. The best way for you to find out is to just go over there and try it and see. I know that some images and possibly some fonts and possibly some videos are not available in the free Canva. But as for anything, if this is a tool that you use for business, use the free version as long as you possibly can. And then when the free version isn't working so much, let me see about these fonts. Some fonts. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with y'all again to show you that how certain things are not available in free. Do you see where it has these fonts that have the little crown or something next to them? They are for Canva Pro. If you are picking up some photos and you want to use a photo, these are photos that I've used recently for my B-roll for my YouTube videos. It's also a good place to get it. I'd rather pay for Canva and get images for my video, B-roll. You have videos. You can get videos here for your videos. In fact, I got some B-roll today. And elements, I can look for, used to be, where are my videos? Photos, videos, about whatever. Use videos for B-roll. I'll take it and download it since I'm paying for it. Some of the videos are free. Some of the videos are with Pro. Some of the images are free. Some of the images are Pro. So it just depends. You might be able to get away with using the completely free version of Canva for the time being. That is totally 100% possible. As far as other features like the background removal, I don't think that is Magic Studio, Magic Eraser, all of the effects. I don't think you need to have Pro for that. But in my opinion, it's 100% worth it. It's good to have Pro. Yeah. So do you guys have any other questions about thumbnails? When I tell you thumbnails are important, they are. They are important to your video. If it wasn't important, then the creators with millions and millions of subscribers and millions of views who make millions and millions of dollars wouldn't be so invested in testing their thumbnails and trying thumbnails. And that's another thing that's great about it. Thumbnails are something that you can change at any given time. I can go back. What I can do, I have a virtual assistant, like $10 an hour. I can ask her to go into Canva and to look at all of my older videos that are just not hidden and to create thumbnails for me in this style and then upload them. And my channel is 100% refreshed. In fact, it's probably not going to work for me because my channel is small and the type of content I make is not, it's not do or die for thumbnails. But there are some channels that have been completely reinvigorated by just changing their thumbnails. Because it looks like a brand new channel. It looks like brand new content. And it's the same old content. And the thing about it is, it's a PNG. PNG. Thank you, Pam Tech Coding Cousin. Yes, PNG. And, the thing about Canva is when you are creating content, if you download the wrong file size, it's the wrong file type, and you figure it out, just re-download it. I've done it before. I've downloaded in the PDF and I needed PNG. But another thing that you can do for your thumbnails, say for instance, if you're not doing a talking head and you maybe do vlogs or something. I'm trying to think of a creator that I know that does this on YouTube, that they use a filter over their YouTube videos, thumbnails, that kind of, let's see, Aspen Ovard. But I know Aspen does not use Canva because I know she sells presets. This is a creator who used to, a while ago, use a filter on her video thumbnails. She's doing a different technique now. She's doing a very different technique. But back in the day, you can kind of tell. Back in the day, all of her videos had the same feel. Because you're like, do they really have color coordinated clothing to go along with their channel? No, it's a filter that makes everything kind of feel the same. So if you make content that's not talking head and you want to make your video stand out, absolutely use a specific font and a specific color. But you can actually do that in, I don't know if it would show up that well on my content, but let's just say, let's try a brand new thumbnail. Here's another thing. All these ideas over here for thumbnails. Let me see, home decor. Let's just pick a girly one. Home decor thumbnail. Let's see. Trying to pick one with a photo. There you go. There. So what you can do with this photo, I do believe, is edit the filter. And you can change the feel. It's very ever so slight. It's ever so slight. But you can change the feel of the, I need to see all of them, by using a different filter, like a soft filter or an antique filter, or even, something really wild and crazy filter. So if you have a lot of photos that you're using, instead of just a photo of you and some text, a way to make your video stand out and be unique is to use a unique filter. And the limitation, there's some limitations in Canva that you wouldn't be able to get, that you might be able to do more in like a Photoshop. But hey, we're not pros. We don't want to spend all our time in Photoshop. You can also adjust the intensity of the filter, to create a different look. This probably wasn't a great photo to use. Let me see if I can get one of my photos of me. Let me just pop that one in there. I didn't want to do that. I want to create a brand new one. Photo of me. And let's say I want to edit this photo with some filters. What kind of filter do I want to give it? I don't see anything that's really standing out, but this is a totally different look from the way it was originally. Original, and where'd it go? Whimsy. It was whimsical. I can't see them all. I don't like that one. That's a totally different look. Stark. Don't like that one. You can play around with those though, y'all. And give your photos a totally different look. But the thing is, you don't want to use a different, filter for all of you want to keep it consistent. Like pick one and stick with it. What's Belvedere, Janelle? I've gone back and started to use them on old thumbnails. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, Latanya, creating a video, like researching video ideas to see if it will perform well. I don't really like the way that question is structured. You do want to research the videos to see if it has a chance of performing well. We can't tell 100% whether it's going to perform well. We can't. But yes, I will. In fact, I had a consultation earlier today with a young man, and I pointed him in the direction of this video. And everybody on this live should go and watch Sean Cannell's video on his latest video on what this may be boring, but this is what you need to do in order to grow on YouTube in 2024. Because he talks about that, about finding out what questions you can answer for your target audience. And those videos are probably going to perform better than anything else you can think about. But he talked about, and I'll just go through this real quick because I got some extra time. He talked about going over to YouTube and using the search bar. And he talked about starting off with a how to, let's say, how to cook something. Say you have a cooking channel. Well, those uh, search results that came up first, those are the most searched keywords on YouTube. There's also a way that you can, I'll need to go back, you can watch this video, but way that you can kind of start at the midpoint. So maybe um, your keyword, like you make content about Canva. So you can say Canva tutorial, um, Canva painting, but maybe you want to say how to do something on Canva. There you go. Y'all see that? Did you see that? How to use Canva, how to remove the background in Canva, how to get Canva Pro for free. All of these are questions that people are asking for in real time. And I don't care if 1,000 other people have made the same video. You can make a video today, put your own spin on it, do it in the way that your audience would understand it, and get more views than your other type of content. So that's one way. You want to find content that people are already interested in. Sometimes we want to create content that only we're interested in, or that we're guessing that people might be interested in. And that's the wrong way to go about it, especially for a new or a small channel. So, what's the name of it's? I'm sorry, I'm going to put it in here. It's Sean Cannell. And let me grab the video. The exact one I'm talking about. It's long. It's a long video, and I listened to it when I was commuting to my granddaughter's school today. It's Think Media. Think Media. It's the name of this channel. Yeah, I'm gonna stop and put it in the chat. This is the video. Happy to share. I can't teach everybody everything. Listen to some of these other people. Very, very credible. I have a hard time picking what I want my thumbnail style to look like. I know, because we don't know. I was trying, most people do. If you can notice the evolution of your faves thumbnails, even if you think they are on fire now, go back and look at how they looked at the beginning. It wasn't always like that. So it takes a while sometimes. I've been on YouTube for a couple of 3 years, and I don't create consistently. And each time I come back, I'm like, oh no, I want to do my thumbnails like this. Oh no, I want to do them like that. Now I'm understanding that time is money. And especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a business that you're promoting on YouTube, you need to actually have some time saving features that you can go to. And if I see that the top talking head content creators on YouTube are simply putting a picture and some text and being branded, then why should I be wasting my time doing something different? I shouldn't. Look at what your, I want to say competitors, your peers are doing. If they're doing well, don't try to copy and don't try to be inspired by somebody who's not doing well. If they're doing well, look at what they're doing, see if you can put your spin on it. And that's what I did with my thumbnails. And your thumbnail style, as long as it's readable, as long as it's not with some fancy font that nobody can read, as long as it's not colors that are going to be just like, ugh, gross, offensive, that's your style. I like purple. I like yellow. I like greens. So it's kind of like my business card. Nobody cares really what colors I pick, as long as I feel good about it and I feel like it represents me. And that's what you want with your thumbnails. You want them to represent you, and you want to feel good about it when you put it up. You don't want to be looking like I was looking at my thumbnails from a year ago and going, my God, what was I thinking? Just trying to be super creative. What was I thinking? So, if you guys have any more questions about thumbnail creation, let me know and I'll answer them before I hop off. Otherwise, thank you guys for being patient with me for the sound issues. I need to figure out what's going on with that because I know my Mac speakers aren't the best sound. And join in next week where I am going to be talking about what I'm going to be talking about next week. I have to look at my own channel to figure it out. Next week, I'm going to be talking about how YouTube works in 2024, which is somewhat different from the way that it was working even as early as 2020, pre-COVID. I'm going to point out the differences, the changes, what you should be aware of, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, depending on your niche. And I hope that you guys will join me for that live too. I really appreciate you being here. I started in September, just reached 303 subs, have only 15 videos. Yes, learning. Everybody starts at the same spot, Maddie. Everybody. We start here and we gradually improve. And when we know better, we do better. Or we can try. And some of us, I had time. I didn't have time to be fooling with the thumbnail. Let me just throw anything up. But your thumbnail is important. And it's just imagine the thousands of videos that you're presented with every single day. And what entices you to click? What makes you feel like, if you look at the thumbnail, that's probably going to be a high quality video. If somebody's taken the time to create a nice thumbnail, then they're probably taking the time to really think through their content and give you something valuable. If the thumbnail looks like they just threw it up, then you probably, whether it's true or not, you're probably going to feel like they just threw the rest of their content up, right? So it's really important to kind of put that high quality face in front of your videos. And then hopefully the content that is behind that thumbnail is worth it. And thank you so much, Maddie. What is YouTube alternate content? So if off topic, I'm not sure what that question is about. I don't know what alternate content is. Alternate content. I'm not sure. Hello, Tony. Thank you. To get the impressions, but my thumbnail sucks because I don't have the CTR. CTR is not just based on thumbnails. It's based on your thumbnail plus your title plus your topic. So are people clicking? A thumbnail alone, and I should mention that, is not what's going to make people click. It's your thumbnail along with your topic and your title. So your title may be working to get that discoverable content. Like I just showed you, how to use Canva. That could be your title. And then your thumbnail is high quality. Maybe it has your face. Maybe you're known as a Canva expert. And then that topic, that particular thing is on topic because we see that people are already searching for it. So you're going to have a higher click-through rate. If I'm a Canva expert, let's use this as an example. If I'm a Canva expert, I'm going to have a higher click-through rate on a video with the title is How to Use Canva. I have a nice, clear, branded thumbnail. So that's the topic. That's the title. Got the title. I got the thumbnail. I'm going to have a higher click-through rate. Versus if I am a Canva expert and the title of my video is Spend the Day with Me. then the people who are following me for my Canva content are people who YouTube is showing my content to. If I've been creating content about how to use Canva, and either number one, YouTube's like, a day in my life, we're not even going to show that to those people. I don't know. We're going to show it to some people who have watched some other day in the life videos, but they don't know this lady, so the click-through rate is probably going to suck. Is that making sense? So yes, your thumbnails could very well suck, but it also could be your topic and your title. And also, this is for those of you that are switching back and forth and going, this week I'm talking about makeup, and this week I'm talking about a day in my life, and this week I'm talking about how I save money. That's why your click-through rate is low. Because whoever your content is being shown to, whatever audience your content is being shown to, they're not clicking on it. And it may be very well be because your thumbnails suck, but it may be just because it's not a topic they're interested in. Or, in my case, maybe it's because my title's boring. Maybe I need to jazz up my title. And Sean talks about that also. A clickable title. When you are creating discoverable content, and if it's educational content, and you want to say how to use Canva, that may work perfectly. But if you want to say get more, a higher click-through rate on a somewhat boring topic, it may be a title and a thumbnail that says something like 10x your views on YouTube with this Canva thumbnail hack. Therefore, that video might get a higher click-through rate than another video that just says how to create your thumbnails in Canva. Get it? Am I just rambling off? YouTube altered content looks like a new uploading policy. I'll have to look into it. Honestly, I don't know. Altered content. I'll have to look into it. I think I understand what they mean. Have I found the related feature useful on the YouTube Shorts? I'm using it. We're using it on the other channel that I manage. We're using the related feature. I don't know if the YouTube viewers are using that feature. We as content creators are aware of that feature and we are using it, but I'm not sure if the public at large has caught on to that. And that is something that the creators have told YouTube, and YouTube is saying they're listening. It's like, yeah, we get it. It's like, that's great. You got this feature in Shorts where when you create a short, you can go in and say, relate it to this longer form video of mine. And that if someone is so inclined, they can click on that video. I'm trying to see if I've used it. Let me see here. Yeah, I can show y'all what that is. Let me share my screen one last time before I hop off. Okay, here is a YouTube short that I created. Yeah. Back in the 90s, having a website was a big deal for businesses. It gave them a way to show off what they do and to reach people all over the world. You see this right here? Well, now it's kind of like that with YouTube channels. But they're like your own TV show where you talk directly to your customer. That's going to take them. Do y'all remember the .com boom? We don't know. Very few people are possibly using that feature. Meaning, very few users, our viewers, may not be using that. So what do we do? I'm going to continue to use it. I haven't seen a significant increase in either my channel or the channel that I manage where we're using that feature that views. There's, as far as I know, in the analytics, there's no way to see how many people clicked on that link. You can see how many views or how many subscribers or viewers came from shorts, I believe, but you can't see video by video. Oh, this many people clicked on it. At least not yet, as far as I know. But anyway, I thank you guys for being here for this little thumbnail um, tutorial. If there's anything else, I'll go in deeper on Latanya on finding content ideas next time when we talk about what's changed in 2024. Um, Share this video with anybody you know who needs it, because I know a lot of people need it. They just don't know they need it. And Janelle, your channel is picked up. Cool. Cool. I'm glad it has. I'll have to look at your channel and see, you know, get some tips from you on how you're using it and what types of shorts are actually, because it's a lot, is the short even getting views? And when it gets views, are people using that related feature? We'll see. But thanks for being here, y'all. And I'll see you next time.